Check out this free video and make sure you hit like and subscribe. Including Dynamite last night.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of that show?
It was about a quarter stick. It really wasn't that big of a boom.
No. Really wasn't. Yeah, I was thinking about this. So, I don't know, man.
Oh, boy. Go ahead. Just get it out. This is cathartic
Consider
radio.
the source.
Oh, boy.
No, Dave was talking on, I don't know what day it was. But there were like a lot of people did crazy stuff at the pay-per-views, you're well aware.
The Monday after, yes.
And there was like 2 segments announced for the show, and neither of them involved wrestling. And Dave said, well, you know, they had a whole card, but now they gotta make sure that everyone's available for Wednesday. And it's like they had a whole card, but now they got to make sure that everybody is available for Wednesday. And all I know is a couple of things. First off, I you know, once he said that, I started to hear from people, and they were like, nah, come on. There really wasn't a whole card. What are you talking about? Maybe there was. I don't want to doubt anybody, okay? But let's talk about this. If you had a whole card for Wednesday, and so many people were beat up after that pay-per-view that you had to start over from scratch, well, maybe we need to start talking about what we're letting everybody do at these pay-per-views, right?
That would be one
Is that
of the
just
things,
me?
Yes, it might be, yeah.
That seems crazy. We had a whole card for a TV show Wednesday, but so many people were damaged to the pay-per-view that we had to start over again from scratch. Okay. All right.
And we'll forget about the fact that they have 796 people on the roster as well.
That's the other thing. Okay. So, all right, fine. You had, I went back and I looked how many people were on the pay-per-view. If you discard the pre-show, if we're just talking about the main show, well, there were 20 people on the pay-per-view. 20. Well, how many people do we have under contract? I don't know the exact number, but it's like hundreds. There's hundreds of people on pay-per-view. And so, like, I get, you wanted to give the Ops, like, a win. You wanted to give Shibata a win because he's in this tournament or whatever. And listen, we've had Vinny Pacifico on the show. I like the guy. But, like, the first match, after maybe the greatest pay-per-view you've ever run, was the Ops against Vinny Pacifico, Eli Theseus, and Gabriel Eros. Like, that was the first match on television. And then, I like that they had a bunch of pay-per-views and everything like that. But I just look up and down this show, and I mean, it just was like, this is your follow-up to that pay-per-view. And then, the other thing is, like, they announce that Moxley and Adam Copeland are going to have a rematch of the main event at that pay-per-view. They're having a rematch next week in a street fight. No disqualifications, no rules, on TV, free. Okay, that's a big freaking match. And, Copeland was on the show for like 30 seconds in a backstage promo. And then Moxley did like a 60-second promo. Maybe. That was it. Nothing in front of the crowd. They didn't have Copeland come out and he's furious. And then, Moxley comes out and he says, I'll give you that shot. You want no rules? I'll give you no rules. Like a big angle, something big.
Go off the air with a brawl?
Nothing. But we did have time for the greatest wrestler alive, Max Caster, to do his goofy open challenge and kill a bunch of time so that Takeshita, who's a heel, could come out and murder him and get over as a baby. I was just watching the show going, it's not like it was bad. I like that they're building up stuff for the future. I like that, a whole bunch of people want the world title. That's, like, important and everything like that. But this is your follow-up to Revolution. This is a follow-up. I was like, at best, this show was fine. At best.
They got on base, but that was it. It was
I
a single.
guess.
And, the big part of that single is the intrigue around MJF and MVP and the Hurt Syndicate. And they, again, small things sometimes matter. They explained why Lashley and Shelton Benjamin weren't there. MVP says, I have this. And then they have that, which is very intriguing for a lot of different reasons. But outside of that, we have another tournament. Okay, we're going to get some cool tournament matches, and then we're going to get a number one contender. That's what wrestling does now. Every promotion does this. It's an easy way to get to something, although it's probably done too much. And there was some other stuff, but yeah, it didn't feel like it had, with the momentum they seemed to have at the beginning of the week, it did kind of hit a wall there on Wednesday.
Are you one of those youngsters today who listens to Spotify? I don't even know what it is. But I do know this. All of our podcasts are available at Spotify. You can head up right now and sign up. The easiest way to do so, f4wonline.com/Spotify. And for just $9.99 per month, you can listen to 84 podcasts on any given month. 84! 2 to 3 podcasts every single day covering pro wrestling and mixed martial arts. And if you think about $9.99 per month, that's just pennies per day. So check it out today on Spotify. That's f4wonline.com/Spotify. f4wonline.com/Spotify.